So I played through the demo for Story 3 and I beat it. Uh, and then this is just gonna be talking about why I'm excited for the release of this game, I guess, and like the changes I really enjoyed and what I saw they were doing mechanic wise that I also thought was really cool. And I'll say this real quick. I was gonna try to record for what I was talking about, like B-roll for the thing I was talking about, so it wouldn't be as confusing. But I'm lazy, and I don't like editing. I don't think anybody does. So when I start talking about certain things, don't expect it to match with what I'm doing on the screen. I feel like that's an unspoken thing that people do, but I'm always one of those people who kind of get annoyed when you don't do it, but you know, it's neither here nor there. First things first, I really enjoy the fact that you can get strong monsters immediately. Like, I'm sure as you saw in the demo, so many people have gotten Dread Queen Raytheon, and this is the demo, so this is like the first hour of the game. I don't know how that's gonna work balance-wise, just because I think Dread Queen was like a 7-star monster, and allegedly deviants are stronger than some elder dragons. So it's gonna be interesting to see how that shakes up the different amount of monsters you can get. Because currently I have a thunder one and a regular one that's just fire. I'm working on trying to get the water area open, but it's not going so well. Which leads me into my second point, which is the difficulty. I get it's a demo and you're locked at level 10, but even at level 10, I was getting like folded by regular Ludroths, not even the royal version. Just the small fucking iguana looking things were like killing me. And I was just like, bro, these are literally just not even full-ass monsters, and I'm being destroyed by these things. Same thing with, what was it? I think at one point, my Dread Queen lost 2 hearts to, I'm pretty sure it was just Velocidromes. And I was like, what? It's just, I couldn't fathom. I was like, what the fuck is this? I get that it's a demo and there's limited XP you can get, and I don't know what the level of everything else is, because I think the Brachydios is level 44, so that's like impossible, but I'm pretty sure the Nursilla that you fight to open the one area so you can start getting water monsters is only like 18. I've tried so many different ways to take that thing down. I went on Reddit and I saw that somebody said use what's his name? It's not Steve. It's the guy with the Legiana and the longsword. They said to use that guy because he's the most non-stupid NPC. I used him. He didn't really help me at all. It's funny because in every fight that wasn't that Nursilla, he would sit there and heal my hearts back. He would like really look out and like heal me and do stuff. But specifically in the Nursilla fight, he just didn't do anything. He didn't once try to give me extra hearts. He didn't once try to fucking heal me or his own Legiana or remove status elements or whatever. And then I tried the old guy, and the old guy's an idiot because he attacks the spike, and the entire time you attack the spike you get counter attacked, so that he would die super fast and super easy. I also tried to use, I think her name is Nora, the chick with the gun lance, and they're like, oh yeah, they'll tank a bunch of attacks. I used her. She didn't tank any fucking attacks. I think she used taunt once. And this is over the span of like 30 or to 40 attempts, and I was just like, do I have a different version of this game, or like it was mind numbing. The closest I ever got was, I think I got it to like a third of the health, and I just died because I couldn't evade. That was the other thing. People always said, "Oh, you want to use the fire Ludroth, the fire royal Ludroth, with the evasion skill." I got hit with the evasion skill 3 times in a row, and I still got hit by every single attack that happened consecutively after my Ludroth went. And I was like, well, were we just lying? Like, what does evasion do? Does it buff it by 0.00001%? Like, it was just... I don't like... I get it, it's a demo, right? But other people have done this. The fight in this just felt... It was like, you just had to RNG and get lucky. Like, to me, that's not challenging. To me, RNG fights where you just gotta pray that stuff works out for you aren't challenging fights. One thing I wish they did do was allow you to control what each member of your party did. A game I played, I didn't finish this game, but I got pretty far in, was Fire Emblem Three Houses. I really like that aspect of... Granted, it's a different type of game, but you can like move your forces on the battlefield and stuff, and like you control what each one of them do. In this, I had to be at the mercy of having either the old guy fucking KMS, or I'm not gonna say that because I'm sure that'll get demonetized. Not that I make money off of this, but I'm sure this will get reported or like age restricted or something. But he would Sudoku himself by dealing damage to the wrong part. The gun lance user didn't give a fuck and didn't ever taunt. The one guy with the Legiana, like, never helped me, never used vital essences on me. Like, I don't think this would be as bad if you could craft vital essences in the demo. I get why they didn't allow that, because if somebody was crazy enough, I'm sure they could defeat Espinos or Namiel or Bragadios with vital essence crafts. But yeah, I was just... I'm gonna try it again after I finish recording this, but it was just like hard to be hard for no reason. It kind of felt like the one mode in Devil May Cry, Hell or Hell, where you die in one hit, but the opponents don't. It just felt like gimmicky difficultiness, I guess is what I'm trying to come across as. The other thing I really liked about this demo, I keep wanting to use trial/demo because it says trial, but I feel like they're interchangeable, was just like the sheer amount you could do in the first area. Like, it was... You could basically do everything from Stories 2, and I never played Stories 1, but apparently in Stories 1, the multi-monster element thing was a thing, and it wasn't in Stories 2, so... I like that I was able to get Fire Ludroth, I like I was able to get Thunder Anjanath that aren't Fulgur for some reason. I like that I was able to explore. I like I was able to quote-unquote fly without having to unlock it. But yeah. There was so much that was able to happen. And I just, like, kind of got overwhelmed because I was trying to get a bunch of these eggs and, like, restore different species in different areas. And granted, it might be my fault because I didn't really read a lot I skimmed a lot of the tutorial things that popped up. But I didn't really understand how it worked at first. I had to like look it up on Reddit and had it explained to me there. But yeah. Generally, just the takeaway from this video is that I'm excited to see the full game unfold, because we got Plesioth as rideable and they're a Monstie, so I'm hoping that means we get Ignactor at some point. And then there was Namiel, so I'm hoping we get some other cool elders. And then I really hope Lunagaron is in it, because they just announced Malzeno the other day, and I feel like if they include Malzeno, they have to include Lunagaron, because it's like one of those, it's not a Fated 4 situation, but it's, what was it, the Three Lords or something? Is what that is, because it's Frankenstein, which is Garen Golem, it's the Werewolf, which is Lunagaron, and then it's Dracula, which is Malzeno. So I just assume all three of those are going to make it in. I also heard that there's no multiplayer in this one, which I thought was interesting. Because, well, it's a good and bad thing. It's a good thing because I didn't like having to rely on multiplayer aspects in order to get like the best monsties, because that was a problem in 2. If you want to get the best ones, like Elder Dragons and such, I believe the best way to farm those were the dens that were multiplayer. I do prefer games that strictly can all be done within the contents and confines of offline solo. But I don't know if that's an actual thing that's happening, or if, you know, that's just, I read that somewhere and somebody else posted that and then like it spread like wildfire because people like spreading misinformation. But that's another one that I thought was interesting as a decision. Man, I really should have written down in like an outline what I wanted to talk about instead of just winging it. But I'm trying to like think and actively remember. Oh, I was kind of confused with some of the dens. Like some dens you could take 2 eggs out of, and some you could only take 1. And I thought it had to do with like the rarity of the den, but there were some dens that were, I believe they were normal, and I was able to take 2, and then there were some dens that were super rare, and I wasn't able to take any. And I saw people saying that. Again, this game is all new, so it's not even out yet, but the demo is. So the information people can come to a conclusion of is probably either incorrect or partly true or whatever. But I was just shocked that certain ones, like, I didn't really see a pattern with what prompted double egg dens, if you will. And then what else? The exchange system is nice with the cat. I already have all the combo recipes from the trial. What else? I think the rainbow thing doesn't pop up as often. Or it might pop up more, actually. Well, my vision might be skewed because the very last playthrough I did of Stories 2, which was the one I uploaded, I barely found any rainbow monsties. And then in this one, I feel like they buff the rate of like the shiny, which is the yellow glow, and the rainbow one, because I found easily way more rainbow and shinies in this demo than I had the entirety of me playing on that one save file in Stories 2. I think Rite of Channeling is back, but we don't get to it in the demo, so I can't talk on that. Because the gene system is still there, but I wasn't able to do anything with it. There was also a limit, I think 12 is the limit for your stables. And you can definitely go over, but I don't know what happens if you go over and like continue. Because like I've been at like, I think the highest I got to was like 15 out of 12. and like it didn't force me to release them or like get rid of them. So I don't know if you could just keep collecting and you will be okay, or if there's like different ways you can increase it, like in Stories 2, how you could buy the tickets and expand your stable. I kind of think you shouldn't be limited by the stable, to be honest with you, especially since they're adding the option of, you know, getting multi-monster elements. It's like the problem with having a limit in the Final Fantasy 14 dresser, the glam dresser, is that because so many pieces are like locked to, well, I don't think they're locked anymore, but back in the day when I played, certain outfits had certain locks on them, so like you could only use this outfit on ninja and you could only use that outfit on samurai, and they didn't overlap. It was like broken down into striking, aiming, whatever. uh I forget the dragoon one, but that's besides the point. So each piece was like an extra slot, and you ran out of room really quick because there were also universal slots. And I think they fixed it now in that game, but what I'm trying to say is, what if you want to get 6 versions of the same monster? Because like you would think it'd only be 5 because one for each element, but you can actually go and make a monster elementless, I believe. So you, for example, if you had Dread Queen Raytheon, obviously that's fire naturally, so you could have fire, that's 1, you could have water, that's 2, you could have thunder, that's 3, you could have an ice one, that's 4, you could have a dragon one, that's 5, and then you could have one without an element, that's 6. So that right there is already half my capacity in the stable. So again, I don't know if this is a demo thing or what, but I don't like the limitations on, especially something like that. Like if you're gonna make a game where you can just run around for hours and just gather eggs and stuff and like try to min-max the traits or whatever, don't put a limit on that. What else? What else? I talked about difficulty, but that was just because I chalk it up to just the demo being limited. The egg dens I talked about. I guess that's it. Oh, the hunting horn. One of the strategies for Nursilla was use the hunting horn, and you can like revive a heart. But the problem is you have to do like fucking 8 RNG turns before you get the rainbow notes or whatever. I didn't understand how it worked. Like I read the tutorial and I tried to figure out how to do the fucking the notes to get access to the song that would restore a heart. But I feel like there's just too much RNG there. Like by the time I get it, I'll be down 2 hearts, and then I'll restore 1, and then I'll probably get attacked and killed twice because I get buffed by evasion. I don't evade because this game is not good with percentages and, you know, evasion and being buffed. Get hit anyway, and then I'll just die. So I don't know why they changed that. I think the system they had in 2 for Hunting Horn was drastically better. I'm sure endgame, when this game fully comes out, Hunting Horn will be like this spreadsheet kind of weapon, but it doesn't need to be rocket science, man. This game is primarily for, I assume, young children and like preteens. But I mean, I'm playing it and I'm almost 30, so. But I'm more so a fan of Monster Hunter than that being the deciding factor. Anyway, that's just me rambling and my thoughts and why I'm looking forward to the full release of this game. Let me know what your guys' thoughts and impressions were and what you're excited about, and all that in the comments. Wow, that was awkward. I've never not had to. I just chose never to end the video like that. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one.